Welcome back to Fire to Fork. Now, today we are going to do skewers, but we're going to do skewers the right bloody way. How many times have you seen a skewer that has, you know, meat, veg, you know, all that kind of stuff, all lined up? Meat and veg cook differently. They shouldn't be cooked together on the same skewer. So I'm going to show you 3 different types of skewers. I'm going to show you a honey soy, which is really easy. I'm going to show you a slightly more complex but insanely delicious pork satay skewer, and the good old veggie skewer. And you can do the veggie skewer with all the same marinades. So first up, we need to marinate our meat. So I'm going to start with my satay marinade. Now, it's not actually a satay sauce. It's kind of more of it's just like a herb mix. I'm just going to put the ingredients on the screen here for what's in this mortar and pestle so far. I've got these written down on my phone. So, garlic in, 1 clove, some chili. Gotta say, I'm getting used to this knife. I kind of like the rocking action you can get out of it because of the rounded front. This is the new Osprey, I can't remember what they call it. It's not the cleaver, it's the something else. Anyway, it's kind of like the cleaver and the chef knife in one. I'm more and more into it. The chef knife's got a flat blade and no curve at the front, so it kind of digs in when you... Anyway, just a different chopping motion, but I'm getting my head around it. And I actually initially hated it, to be completely honest. I didn't like it at all. And as always, in the video description will be the recipe for this. So about half a shallot, or shallot if you're American, or a lot of other countries. Now, I should mention that it's actually about 9 in the morning. So I've got a coffee. And that's because I'm going to marinate this for 1 or 2 hours. I should also mention that not everyone takes a bloody mortar and pestle into the bush. So if you have a mortar and pestle at home, don't take it in the bush. Just make this at home. Put your stuff in to marinate. You can easily leave it marinating for a day or 2. And then take it out into the bush. So this is, I wouldn't call this a quick and easy meal. It's just a bloody good meal. Okay, that's looking good. It's filling up nicely. Now, lemongrass is actually a real pain to pound up. So I tend to just get these tubes. They last ages. So about a teaspoon of lemongrass or something in there for a couple of serves. A couple of peppercorns, whole peppercorns. Salt is really important when you're grinding things up because it's a bit of a it's actually quite good as an abrasive. It's kind of like sandpaper, so it grinds things up more effectively into a paste. The palm sugar, 2 tablespoons in that recipe, which serves 8, so I don't know, teaspoon and a half. Okay. And yes, I'm aware normally you do satay chicken, but if you get a nice fatty pork neck, geez, it's nice. Oh, it tends to sort of, the fat renders up nicely, and it, you know, you get this nice sort of glaze of, it's just, anyway, it's bloody delicious. There you go. You can sort of see what it looks like. You gonna focus? Yeah, it'll focus. Alrighty, pork time. What I've got here is a bit of pork neck. This is nice and fatty. I've got too much pork neck by the looks of things, but that's okay. Hey, leave it, Fred. Leave it. Go away. Okay, that's not going to go in. You want to cut this. I'm going to cut it into cubes, ready for the skewers. That can go back in the fridge. Probably 1.5 centimetre cubes. or 1/2 inch roughly. And then cool. Little Ziploc bag. Get all the air out of that and mix it in together. So you could just bring that from home, ready to go. And then you just make your sauce, which you could also make at home. Fridge, done. Quickly clean up here and we'll get onto the chicken. All right, now honey soy glaze. We are going to, marinade. Start with soy. Get my little, this is a 1/4 cup measure, so I want about probably 1/2 cup in here. And I have a 1/4 cup in that. Thankfully I expected that I didn't have enough. So, I'm surrounded by pollen. So, please excuse me rubbing my nose with the back of my hand. I'm the only one eating this food. I would not do it if I was cooking for a bunch of people. A little bit of ginger. So I want about, they call it like a centimetre of ginger or something. Always peel ginger with a spoon. It's just the most effective way. I'd actually written this recipe down and I forgot to bring it. That's why my sat phone's here. I've got no reception here. I had to call Sam and ask her to copy and paste it and send it to me just so I didn't miss anything. I find that when I'm filming, actually just in general, beyond kind of 4 or 5 ingredients, I really like to check a recipe. So I'll just grate that in there. Nearly a bit of finger in there. 1 bit of garlic. 1 clove of garlic. Oh, that's not a very good looking clove. There. That can go on the fire. I'll use 2 small ones instead. I'm obviously throwing those bits on the fire, not just in the bush. Although these little flaky bits of garlic skin, I am way out in the bush. It's not like it's a popular campsite. These will blow away in the breeze in 2 seconds and biodegrade. I'm not concerned about them. But certainly not going to do that at a very popular campsite. Actually, I'm just going to grate those in. Now, I want juice from about 1/2 lemon. So, roll your lemons and they will give you more juice. Also, I have a lemon tree that is insane at home. I can't keep up. We give out free lemons all the time. So, I just peel the cheeks off because they're the easiest to squeeze. Get the seeds out. And then just done on the fire. And done on the fire. Throw a few sesame seeds in. Bit of a teaspoon. What else have we got? Oh, this is why you look at the bloody recipe. Honey, in honey soy, who knew? So I probably want to put half the honey that I put in soy. Now, tiny whisk to combine. Oh, it's really good. Time to add some chicken. Now, I don't want to put all of... Oh, that's not chicken, that's pork. There's a lot of honey soy there. Hey, leave it. Hey, leave it. Go away. Back. Back. Not for you. What I do want to do is quickly chop this chicken up so it's the right shape. So we want those sort of same as the pork, the cubes. So these are chicken tenderloins. Someone fed Fred at the table the other day, and it has turned him into a scab. Never feed Fred at the table. I never give him leftovers because it turns them into a scab. All right, so I'm gonna put about half of that into here. Make sure the bag doesn't leak before you put that into your fridge. Once again, do this at home. Just bring that and that. Put that in there. Sit back and relax. Well, I'm actually going to wash up, but you get the idea. Satay sauce. I don't know that I've ever actually put the ingredients for satay sauce together and measured them. So I'm just going to do that on the fly and you can kind of see how I develop a recipe. First step is a bit of peanut, and you can use any old peanut butter. I tend to use these kind of bit more pricey hipster ones because it's just peanuts. So instead of crushing up your own peanuts like you would in a traditional satay recipe, you just use this pre-crushed peanut, I guess. All right, so I'm going to go with, it's about a tablespoon, 2 tablespoons. Yeah, let's go 2 tablespoons of peanut. Now, to get your peanut nice and creamy, this is the whole reason I carry an uninsulated mug, is I just put that next to the fire, and that was actually boiling. So probably a little bit too hot, but anyway. No, definitely a little bit too hot, sorry. Pour a bit of that out, bit of cold in there. There we go, warm water. About kind of equal parts. You can use a spoon or tiny whisk to combine. And this is how you make it creamy. A lot of people put coconut cream and things like that in these, and it is very good. But this is even easier, just warm water. Great. Salt. Oh, sorry, not salt. A bit of soy. So probably go a tablespoon of soy. I like some chili. So chili to taste. Bit of an interesting one, bit of tamarind. And probably want half a teaspoon of tamarind. Half a lime. Bit of ginger. Touch of garlic. Now we're talking. I think it needs a touch more soy. Actually, no, it needs a little bit of fish sauce is what it needs. Probably a teaspoon of fish sauce. And final thing, some sugar. Here's a bit of palm sugar. You can just use normal sugar, but palm sugar is, you know, traditionally what's used in these sauces. So I'll stick with that. And if you're a billionaire, you can get palm sugar paste. Oh, there it is. There it is. Touch more sugar and that is perfect. Spicy, salty, sweet, and obviously peanutty. Sorry to people with peanut allergies, must suck. Because satay is bloody good. Oh. That just excites me. It just excites me. Look, you can obviously buy satay sauce. Doesn't taste like this though. There's no substitute for really good fresh ingredients like that. I'm not going to pretend that this is a quick and easy recipe. It's not. It's quick and easy to cook, but the prep time is actually, it's there. But this is something, if you want to spend the time and do something we've all had a million times, but do it properly, this is how you do it. I do a lot of quick meals on this show. I do a lot of quite unhealthy meals on this show. This is healthy and it's pretty bloody gourmet because of the way we do it. So I just wanted to show you that I can still do those meals. And the final step, let's get rid of that water. A little glaze. Now the glaze is pretty simple. This is for the pork. The other thing with this that's kind of cool is I'm actually doing this the traditional way on fire. This is a sort of quite a Balinese recipe. So that's probably 2 tablespoons of Kekap Manis. I try and use the sort of Megachef, or the other one's I can't remember the other brand, but I'll put it up on the screen. Not sponsored, obviously. Someone thought I was sponsored by a pickle company the other day. That was hilarious, by the way. So funny to think I was sponsored by a $3 jar of pickles just because I told you the brand. Sorry, I got such a kick out of that. Grate a little bit of ginger in there. So when I mentioned the brands of sauces and this and that, I'm not sponsored. I am literally just trying to help, because I constantly get questions, people like, I think one of the biggest questions I got was, what kind of burger cheese do you use? And also, what kind of pickles do you use? So that's why I put it on the screen, is to just make that whole process a lot easier for the people watching. It's not for money. Because it does make a difference what brand you use. There are crap brands and there are good brands. And a bit of garlic. Actually, I'm going to double that Kekap Manis. 4 tablespoons. Just so I've got enough. Grab my faithful old paintbrush. That's ready for glazing them once they're on. And I think... Oh, no, we're still not done. Go to the veggies. The veggies I've picked are pretty stock standard, but mainly the important thing was that they all cook at about the same rate. So, cut that guy in half. What we want is this red onion to be, you want sort of cubes. So we can take these big slices of onion. Probably only need half an onion for this stick. Sticks. Pick a non-poisonous one. Use whatever knife you have. I've got a good old bush knife. I've used that a bit. Scandi grinds are really, really good for wood. And obviously, feel free to use your stainless skewers. Stainless skewers are great. If you do get a stainless skewer, don't get a round one, get a flat one. Then your stuff doesn't spin on it, and they go through nice and easily. And or just get a packet of skewers. I mean, they are not expensive, but this is kind of fun. And I get a bit of a kick out of it. Also, if you're going out with your mates and you do this, they will be much more impressed than you pulling out a thing of skewers. Bit of zucchini, just in rounds. Then your capsicum, or pepper, if you're in America, or actually pretty much the rest of the world. I don't know why we call them capsicums and everyone else calls them peppers. I really don't, it's very strange. Also, pro tip is, if you're going on a big trip, do all this and cryovac it on the skewer. These, like, capsicum takes up a heap of room in your fridge as a whole thing, whereas if you chop it up, it takes up bugger all room. And this way you can just get to camp, throw your skewers on and relax. This is very much a pre-prep meal, unless you have a bit of time. All right, that's probably enough for me. Good to go. Okay, so you do not need one of these to cook this meal, but man, it makes things easy. So what I'm going to do is just set up the stand here quickly. Veggies ready to go. Chuck them in. Now I'm going to do the pork and the veggies at the same time, and then I'll do the the chicken later, because the chicken cooks quickly and the veggies take a while. All right. So put my pork pieces on. Give it a quick shake around because you actually want to get the excess pieces of chili and garlic and stuff off because they tend to burn a little bit. Now, what I'm going to do is put this on one side because it's a little bit thinner than the veggies. Put the veggies on the other side. And then I should be able to get that lid to sit slightly squiff. Oh no, it's actually holding pretty well. All right, so that's locked into the middle setting. And I want to cook these slowly, so I'm going to put them all the way at the top. Well, second from the top. And we'll see how they go rendering slowly. I'm not going to put the glaze on that just yet. I am going to put a little bit of honey soy on the veggies. Now you might be thinking, what the hell are you doing? Skewers have their own turning mechanism and stuff like that. That is very true, but try doing multiple skewers at once. When they stick to the grill, which they inevitably do because there's sugar and stuff in this sauce, this is great because you can wait till it's fully cooked and all the fats come out, and it makes it easy to remove from the grill. Trying to turn them on a grill a lot doesn't really work very well. The only other option would be to have kind of two cross sticks, and I could turn them on that, but I've got this. It's a lot easier. So yeah. All right, these have been on for about 10-12 minutes. So I think we're ready to chuck this chicken on. So hey, leave it, Fred. Back. Boy. In case you hadn't noticed, the chicken's definitely the easier option, but I suspect it is going to, effort is going to equal flavour in this particular circumstance. It's probably fire banned by the time this comes out, so just so you know, it's not fire banned right now. It's the very start of October, it's like the 3rd or something. And don't worry, I have a way of having fires, legally in summer. So episodes will not stop, I just have to drive further. Quick little bit of extra love. Oh, that's too much. Oh well. Oh, it smells really good though when it burns. Chicken is only going to take a few minutes, so I'm going to put the first layer of glaze on this pork. In fact, I'm going to put a little bit on these veggies as well. Let's see how that goes. So I've just been flipping these about every 5 minutes. And as soon as it browns on one side, I flip it. Quite a low heat here. I can hold my hand here for about, 8 to 10 seconds. So I call that a low heat. And the reason you want low heat is you want that fat in there to render. Whereas the veggies, you just don't want them to burn. Nothing worse than bloody zucchini that's cold and crispy inside and black on the outside. All right, this all looks amazing. I've lowered it a little bit, not because I needed extra heat, but because the fire was dying a bit. So just bring it closer to the fire. Remember, distance is all relative to the fire, so it's more about how long you can hold your hand there. The chicken, I'd like to give 2 more minutes. The pork is ready to come off, the veggies are ready to come off, so I'm going to pull them off, chuck that back on, and we'll get to tasting. Alrighty, it looks incredible. Okay. Veggies, they look great. That guy can just go back on for a couple more minutes. Get him in a second. Okay, let's test a little bit of this. Oh, actually, let's do some, no, I'll wait for the other one to come, then we'll do some gratuitous B-roll. In the interim, a little bit of pork in the satay sauce. That is bloody delicious. Oh, I'm stoked with that. I'm so stoked with that. Let's try a little bit of veg. I shouldn't have put the glaze on it. It's too sweet. Touch too sweet. Okay, stick with the honey soy or some sort of a savoury glaze because the vegetables caramelise. Oh, the onion's really good. Oh, I can't wait to get this honey soy chicken. Let's grab a bit of that. Chicken on. Yep, perfectly cooked. A lot of ginger. Oh, I like that. Yeah. It's not... The thing is, I like meat with a little bit of fat and skin. You know, if you get a piece of chicken breast versus a piece of skin on, you know, chicken wing, I'm always going to go for the chicken wing. These tenderloins are nice. They're really nice, but I would love a little bit more fat on them. I think next time I might go for chicken with some skin on it. But, you know, I wouldn't change the sauce at all, or the technique. Just might go for something with a bit of skin. There's a bit lean. Gratuitous B-roll. Then I'm going to eat this stuff. Oh, something I should make clear is I know my B-roll sucks. I keep having people like, oh, you should get one of these sliders, you should get this, you should get that, like it'll make your B-roll better. I know my B-roll sucks. It's a joke. I don't play classical music over the top of it because I think it looks that good. That tastes that good though. Oh my God. I'm gonna try a bit of the veggies in there. If you do nothing else, if you prepare nothing else, make that satay sauce. It's so good. All right, thank you so much for watching. And I will see you in the next one. And now this. Oh, forgot. Does it go well with beer? Oh, really well. Really well. Colonial IPA, satay. That's a winner. See you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Ooh. Oh, it is past 12. Beer's socially acceptable, I guess. I feel like I'm on Bali again. Man, when Bali opens up, there are going to be some bargains on Facebook Marketplace.